Oregon Contemporary presents In My Own Little Corner, a solo exhibition by Willie Little. In My Own Little Corner is the third and final exhibition in our large-scale program, Sight, a series of exhibitions by Oregon artists replacing the Portland2021 Biennial. The exhibition is a multimedia interactive installation consisting of a series of vignettes from the artist's hometown near Little, Washington, North Carolina, exposing the often untold stories from a rural Black child's perspective while revealing the universality of the inner turmoil many gay children experience. The installation invites the viewer to experience the world of the imagination of a young Black gay boy from rural North Carolina. The installation includes a sound environment lifted from the pages of Little's recent memoir and art book, In the Sticks. These vignettes are tableaus that transport the viewer to a time and place from his past, through sight, sound, and found objects. They reveal some of the artist's dreams, conflicts, and uncertainty that he experienced as an imaginative and sensitive boy from Pactolus, North Carolina in the 60s and 70s during a time of radical change when Little desperately dreamed to one day get out of the sticks.
When I was a child, my family lived in a narrow, lime-colored, asbestos-shingled shotgun shack. We had running water, but no inside toilet. I shared a bedroom with Ernestine, my older sister, 7 years my senior. We slept in a cramped everything room. The whole family would sit and watch TV there. An old 19-inch Philco portable black and white television stood at the foot of my bed. It sat on a rusty chrome TV stand with plastic faux gold-rimmed wheels. As I sat at the foot of my bed, I could go places and be something. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. That's part of a song from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. I was entranced with Leslie Ann Warren as Cinderella in the 1965 TV version. I know exactly what she meant. That little space where I sat became a window, was a gateway to a whole new world for me. I traveled far as I fantasized that one day I would live in New York and be a part of luxury and glamour. I'd work on Madison Avenue and live on Park Avenue. At times, I would plant myself in that familiar spot while playing with my little Hot Wheels, my plastic Green Army soldiers, Rock'em Sock'em robots, and G.I. Joe. I used to make a game out of things. That way, I didn't focus on the tedium of living in the middle of nowhere and the mugginess and the heat of the summer in the sticks where we lived. From an early age, I knew that I wasn't going to stay in Pactolus. My life was wild with adventure. I had imagined more than the people around me, though I never revealed those dreams to a soul. Flora Ann, my maternal grandmother, had a house that was like a treasure chest awaiting discovery. People used to say that my 8-year-old sister and I looked like twins. We were as close as the closest twins could be. On Sundays after church and Sunday dinner, especially when it was rainy or cold outside, we longed to go into the little room at Grandma Flora Ann's. We lifted the heavy, dusty old quilt that was draped over the little room's threshold, stepped down into the cold, dingy, drafty box of a room. An antique pedal-push sewing machine and drawers filled with spools, bobbins, and patterns were near the window to the left. 1920s hat boxes were everywhere. Old fabrics, laces, and doilies were stacked on the bureau. A mahogany wardrobe encased special dresses and fox-tailed coats that looked like the fox was biting its own tail. Trish Ann and I marveled at all of this stuff. Then Trish Ann suggested, "Let's play girl." "Really?" I replied. "Mm-hmm," she answered. "It will be our secret." We dressed up in prissy lace dresses with elaborate hats, fox furs, and shoes. We were pretty and elegant ladies of the 20s. With Let's Play Girl the code word, we had formed a tacit alliance. Gradually, Let's Play Girl became Let's Play Women, pregnant women to boot. We were third trimester. took turns, politely awaited for each other's turn to have a bun in the oven. That was what made it so much fun. The bundle of joy was Trishane's latest baby doll, Peggy. Pat filled the tiny bottle with real milk, fed the baby through the hole in her face. The milk rotted the doll's insides, and the doll stank like vomit. She left the doll in the room, keeping her in her special place, a makeshift crib to protect little Peggy. But a wharf rat ate off the face of the little brown-eyed, brown-faced baby. Trishane was devastated. For Christmas, we both got role model dolls of a sort. Pat received Barbie and I a G.I. Joe. These dolls were like gifts from the gods. In the next phase, we concocted full-scale Hollywood epics for our little playmates. We would then strip the dolls for a well-awaited love scene. On rainy days, cold days, at wits' end days, we, my sister Trishane and I, lived for those chances. The chances to play, to fantasize, to push the envelopes of our own little world in the little room. We lived for the chance to whisper that clandestine code word. And she never told. I overheard Daddy talking to Ma about making a man out of me. Rolly, we need to toughen that boy up now. This shares a blank gun, a .22 caliber blank pistol. It looks just like the real thing. I think that'll help. Cousin Jimmy Lee and Daddy stood in the front yard trying to create a miracle. Ma even made a stab at directing me how to walk. Now, baby, you need to stop that walking with them tiny baby steps. Take broad and long strides like the men folks do, she insisted. They were both about as subtle with their love as a brick through a plate glass window. As much as I wanted to like being around guns and doing combative, manly stuff with Daddy and Jimmy Lee, I just did not. I could not shake off the way I felt. And one of the biggest fears was to be teased or talked about, especially by folks I was close to. I asked myself, where did I belong? Did I belong in a place where folks would laugh at me? Or did I relegate myself to disappearing in the woodwork, to becoming a good little Christian black boy who did everything right? Everything like the good book says. With those options, I guess I had to keep it all in. I had to conceal my secret desires. Meanwhile, I continued to dream of being in a place where that kind of stuff just didn't matter. Any questions about my personal life were met with denial. I dreamed of escape to any place that was not home.